Children of all ages, step right up and witness Britches Hose' amazing, marvelous, wonderful, stupendous, incredible production of William Shakespeare's greatest show on earth, A Midsummer Night's Dream. We do ask that you silence all cell phones and other noise-making devices during the run of the show. In the event of an emergency, walk, do not run to the nearest exit. And please keep the eyes clear for our delightful actors and stupendous acrobatics. Flash photography is strictly prohibited. If you desire to record our show, we do ask, for the sake of your fellow audience members, that you stand at the back. There will be a 15-minute intermission with delicious refreshments available. However, please do not bring these back into the auditorium. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Well, thanks, Britches. So what's the news of thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter, Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, gnats, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth, with cunning. Hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so she will not here before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
Oh, what say you, Hermia? Beware, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god, one that composed your duties and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, one to your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes should with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. Well, I know not by what power I may bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die to death, or else abjure this forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in shady cloister nude, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that masters sow their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Well, take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and a single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia. And Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right in her I do state unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And which is more than all these boasts can be? I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll vouch it to his head, made love to Nidar's daughter, Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard as much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being over full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come it is, you two shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fix your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come on, Paul, cheer my love. Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against my nuptial, and confer with you of something merely that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you.
Me too. Oh no, my love. Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
It be like for want of rain, which I could well but even from the tempest of mine eyes.
Ay me. For aught that ever I could read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
A cross too high to be enthralled too low.
or else miscrafted in respect of years,
A spite too old to be engaged too young.
or else it stood upon the choice to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as a lightning of the collied night, which in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man have power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict to destiny. Well, therefore, let us teach our trial patience. For it is a customary cross as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, for fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote, 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee? And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me then, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitted souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when false Troyan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever minute broke, and number more that ever woman spoke. On that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Oh, look! Here comes Helena.
Godspeed for Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ears should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns can teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers with such affection move.
Well, the more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hates me.
His folly, Helena's, no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. If that fault were mine.
Well, take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Well, Lysander and I shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
But in that wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. Thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Oh, and pray thou for us. And good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve ourselves of lovers' food. Tomorrow, eat midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helen, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius, dote on you.
How happy some or others some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs doting on Hermia's eye, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oaths that he were only mine. And when that hailsome heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the woods will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name which is thought fit to all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good dear Prince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of your actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Ah, a very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Prince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Mick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready! Name what part I'm for, and proceed.
You, Mick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Ha ha! What is Pyramus? Is he a lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most doubtless for love.
This will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. Now, to the rest.
Francis.
Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play it like Hercules rarely, or a part of Terra to make all splits. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Venice fire shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty.
Francis.
This is Hercules here, the tyrant's day. The lover's work condoled.
Francis Flute.
Keep Prince.
The bellows hunter. Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
Oh, what is Thisbe? A wandering knight.
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Hey, let me not play a woman. A beard coming.
Oh, it's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face, let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Ah, Pyramus, my lover dear, my Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No. No! You must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor. Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Snout the tinker.
Here,
Shakespeare's fault. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part, and I hope here is a play fitted.
Pray you, have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extemporate, for it is nothing but roar.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that it will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies, and they would shriek. And that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gentle as any sucking dove. I will roar you when it were any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man. A proper man, as one would see on a summer's day. A most lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard do I best play in?
Why would you will?
I can do as neither your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrained beard, and your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and you'll play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come midnight tomorrow night. Oh, and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without a town by moonlight. There we will rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we will be dogged with attention and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of property such as our play was. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
After do so, we meet.
Enough! Hold the cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through a bush, through a briar. Over park, over pale, through a flood, through a fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere. And I serve the fairy queen, to do her orbs upon the green. Their cowslips tall, her pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors, in those freckles live their savors. I must seek some dewdrops here, and aim a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou slob of spirits, I'll be gone. The queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, like his train to trace the forests wild. But she, her force, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet, in grove or green, by fountain clear, or spangled starlight sheen, but they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making white, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the kern, and bootless make a breathless housewife churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no bond, mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm, those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet puck, you do their work and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wonder of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I, a fatting bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her wither dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her gum, down tuffles she, and Taylor cries, and falls into a cough, and then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh. And waxing in their mirth, their knees and swear, a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And you're my mistress! Was that you were gone?
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon? Barons, skip hence, I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, brash want! Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corinth sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steppe of India, but that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskins mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give them that joy and prosperity?
How can thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him to the glimmering night, from Perigenia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Eagly break his faith, with Ariadne and Antiope?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never, since the middle summer's spring, met we in hill, on dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling winds. But with thy brawls, thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, have, as in revenge, sucked up from the sea contagious falls, which, falling in the land, have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted in the field ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field. The 9 man's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint vases in the wanton green for lack of tread are indistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall on the fresh lap of the crimson robes, and on old Hyam's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. How we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait then following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again as from a voyage, rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up the boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day, if you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. We shall chide downward by longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove, till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle pup, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious tones, that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember!
At that very time, I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft, smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy free. Yet, mark I, where the bolt of Cupid fell, it fell on a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's bloom, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once, the juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can soon leave.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 14 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meadow monkey, or on busy ape, but she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her side, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me! But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conversation.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia?
The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me.
Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. But yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth tell you, I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me, but as your spaniel, spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I look on you.
And I am sick when I
do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself in the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with much worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood like worlds of company. For you and my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest have not such a heart as you. Run where you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valor fly!
I will not stay thy questions, let me go! Or, if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, the town, the fields, you do me mischief. Why, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme grows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopy, with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania, sometime in the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, ere he may prove more fond on her than she on her love. And look thou, meet me here, ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, a roundel and fairy song, and then for the third part of a minute hence. Some to kill the cankers and the muskrose buds, some war with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my small elf coats, and some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now to sleep, and then to your offices, and let me rest.
You spotless snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not sweet, newts and blindwords do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen.
what thou seest when thou dost wake. Do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce, or cat, or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest. It is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak truth, I have forgotten our way. Will rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank shall rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one throat.
Nay, good Lysander. Well, for my sake, my dear, why further off? I do not like so here.
Oh, take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side, no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
The Lysander riddles very prettily.
Eh?
Not much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say that Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and for courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant. Why, good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter to thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen. To that fair prayer say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give you all his rest.
And the path that wish. The wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest had I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Knight servants, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despiseth the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So, awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
I charge thee,
Stay,
handsome.
thou shalt kill me, sweet Demetrius.
Do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Well, happy be Hermia wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. So mine eyes are oftener washed in hers. No,
shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Huh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword?
Do not say so, Lysander. Say not so. What though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? But Hermia still loves you, so be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young, till now, ripe not to reason, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is not enough, young man, that I never did, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth you do me wrong. Good suit you do in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare ye well. Now, of course, I must profess I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused?
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit, and my heresy, of all be hated, but the most of me. In all my powers, address your love and might to honor Helen, and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Oh, Irene, for pity! What a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! And methought a serpent had eaten my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander. What? Removed? Lysander? Lord? Out of hearing. Gone. No sound. No word. Alack! Where are you? Speak! And if thou hear, speak of all loves! I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive that you are not nigh. Either death or you will I find immediately.
Are we all met?
Hats, hats. And here is a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. Oh, this green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brick our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince,
What sayest thou, fully body?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw his sword and kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide.
Fire Lakin, a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have an advice to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not slain indeed. And, with a more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom, the weaver.
Oh.
This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, let it be 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I assure you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves that to bring in, God shield us, a lion amongst ladies is the most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay. He must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to some effect, ladies, or fair ladies.
Fair ladies.
I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you.
I would entreat you.
Not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours.
My life for yours.
If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity on my life. No! I am a man!
I am a man!
As other men are. And then indeed, let him name his name and tell him plainly he is Snug, the joiner?
I am Snug, the joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there are 2 hard things. That is to bring the moonlight into the chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine and I declare play?
A calendar! Look at the almanac! Find out moonshine!
Yes, it does shine at night.
Why, then you may leave a casement of the great chamber window, where we play, open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
Well, you can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. And let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall. Ooh, and he may hold his fingers thus, and through this cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to their cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play, Todd? I'll be an auditor. An actor, too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, step forth.
Thisbe! The flowers of odious, savorous sweets.
Odors!
Odors, savorous sweet. So hath thy guest, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark! A voice! Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee. Up here!
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here. Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand that he goes, but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Thisbe Colon! Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky juvenile and meek, most lovely Jew, as true as horse, that yet would never tire. Thisbe Colon, I'll meet thee Pyramus, and these too. Exit!
Ninus two. Why, you must not speak that yet. That's an answer to Pyramus. You speak all your parts at once, twos and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never time.
truest horse, that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, if 'tis me, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous!
I'll follow you! I'll lead you not around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound. I will there, sometimes a fire. And neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, and every turn. Why do you run away? This is some knavery of theirs to make me afeard.
Oh, madam, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Busty bottom. Busty! Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I shall sing, that they will hear I am not afraid. The owl so cock so black, the hue with orange tawny bill, the thrust so with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
One angel wakes me from my flowery bed.
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark with plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, but dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would answer such a bird? Who would give the bird the lie, though he cried cuckoo, never so woo?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. My ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtues perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, we should have little reason for that. And yet, to speak truth, reason and love keep little company together these days. More is the pity some honest friend will not make them better neighbors. Nay, I can greet upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Oh, not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I'd enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am the spirit of no common race. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll bring thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing whilst thou on pressed flowers doth sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness so. Thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed.
Ready?
And I.
And I. And I.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs and light them in the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love, to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal!
Hey.
Hail! Hail!
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beg your worship's name?
Cobweb.
Good. Master Cobweb, I shall desire you of more acquaintance. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with thee. I beg your name, gentlemen.
Peas blossom.
Ooh, I pray thee, commend me to Mistress Squash your mother and to Master Peascod your father. I shall desire you more acquaintance, Master Peaseblossom. I pray your name, gentlemen.
Mustard Seed!
Oh, good, Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house ere now. I promise thee, thy kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awake. Then, what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, that spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love! Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that worked for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, and as his knoll I fix it on his head, and none his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes. When they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-plated chuffs, minion sort, rising and calling at the gun's report, summon themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls, he moida cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their peril snatch, some sleeves, some hats from ye others all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass!
This calls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet lashed the Athenians' eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be I.
Xanthus, this is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
I rebuke you, him that loves you so. Lay bread so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, that I should use these works, for now I fear has given me cause to curse. When thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, be more shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and choke me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the Antipodes. Well, it cannot be but thou hast murdered him. Well, so should a murderer look. So dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look. And so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Look at Demetrius. Wilt thou give him me?
And rather give his carcass to my house.
Oh, out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men.
not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
If I could. What should I get there for?
Oh, privilege never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while, I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow. For death the bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe. Which now, in some slight measure, it will pay. Before his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that costs the fresh blood dear. And by some illusion, look thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go. Look how I go. Swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the beams of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once move on. That must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep. And vows so born, in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
Do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh, devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in two scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no sense when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Helen. Goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou hold'st up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh,
know you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super praise my parts when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes in your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin, and extort a poor soul's patience all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but as a guest wife sojourned. And now to Helen is at home returned. Dare to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abidest dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is our dear.
From the eye, its function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing, double the recompense. Oh, thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Oh, mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from thy side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him die. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seest thou me? Could not this make thee know that hate I bear?
You speak not as you think. Oh, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you contrived? Have you these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? No, all the hours that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us. Oh, it is all forgot. All days friendships, child and innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, the needles created, both one shrouded, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, holding one hand, as if our hands, sides, voices, and minds had been incorporated. So we grew together to a double tree, seeming parting at a union and partition, to a lovely berries molding two seeming bodies in one heart, two of the first like coats of heraldry, due but to one and crowned with one crest. You rather love summer and join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, it is not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone should feel the
Well, I'm a maid. And your passionate words, I scorn you not. What seems that you scorn me.
Have you not said, Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and raise my eyes and face? And sent your other love, Demetrius, who even now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph, divine, and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore says he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul and tender me, forsooth, affection? But by your setting on, by your consent, what though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved. This question of pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever. Counterfeit sad looks make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink each another, hold a sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. Fare ye well. Partly my own fault. Death or absence. Tremendous.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
How sweet! Do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can
No!
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life, I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Away of Ethiopia.
No. No, I'll send to break loose. Take on as you would follow. But yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Ah! Why are you both so rude? What changes you? The sweet love.
Love. Out, tawny Carter. Out. Out, loathed medicine, hated potion, hence.
Do not you jest.
Yes, sooth, and so do you!
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I will not harm herself.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore, I may... What news, my love? Am not I Hermia, or not we Lysander? I am as fair now as I was a while. Since night you left me. Yet, since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
You juggler. You canker blossom, you thief of love! What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine at your fate? Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fine, fine, you counterfeit, you puppet, you puppet!
Why so? Aye. That way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
When she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and don't you give a little she is fierce.
Little again! Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
You minimus of hindering knot-grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
All this coil is long of you.
Oh, nay! Go not back! I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs longer than... Run away! I am amazed! I know not what to say.
Is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far my glad it so did sort as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon, with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander sometimes frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometimes rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into lies. Crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When next they wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. And back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I in this to thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monstrous view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone. for fear lest they should look their shames upon. They willfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-brown night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair-blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But, notwithstanding, haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Gobble and lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander! Speak again! Thou runaway, thou coward! Art thou fled? Speak! In some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward! Art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookest for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recreant! Come, thou child! I'll whip thee with a rod! He is defiled that draws a sword on day!
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice! We'll try no manhood here!
He runs before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he's gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster did he fly. That fallen I am in dark, uneven way. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge his
Ho, ho, ho! Coward! Why comest thou not?
Bind me! Thou darest! Thou runs before me, shifting every place, and dares not stand to look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither! I am here!
Hey, thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear. Ever I thy face by daylight see. Go thy way. Fameness constraineth me to measure out my length in this cold bed. My days approach. Look to be busy.
We're reunited. Oh, long and tedious night await thy hour. Short comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens. Pray do wait for news of my poor company to test. And sleep sometimes shuts up sorrow's eyes. Steal me a while from my own company.
Yet but three, come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Bedazzled with dew and torn with pride. I
should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, set thee down upon this flowery bed, whilst I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears. My gentle joy.
Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur, get you your weapons in hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on top of a thistle. Oh, and good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, monsieur. Oh, and good monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflow with a honey bag. Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Monsieur Mustard Seed, good monsieur, give me your knife. Oop. I pray you leave your curtsy.
What's your will?
Nothing but to help Cavalieri Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, monsieur, for methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face. I am such a tender ass that if a hairdo but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly? A peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a wondrous desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas, but I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep then, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female woodbine embrings the barky fingers of the elm. How I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For, meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she, his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. And that same dew, which sometime on the buds was wont to swell, like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had, at my pleasure, taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have her. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eye. And, gentle Papa, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaking when the other did, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will awake the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, Wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an axe.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Puck, take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these 5 descents.
Music, ho! Music such as charmeth sleep.
Now, when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound music. Come, my queen. Take hands with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow, midnight, solemnly dance at Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after the night shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in this light tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found, with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester. For now our observation is performed. And since we have devoured of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find out the forester.
I was with Hercules.
We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and hear the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete we bade the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never heard I such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region round was all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so fluid, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that lap away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and dewlap like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. The cry more tunable was never hollered to nor cheered with horn in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge what you hear. The soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter, your esteem. And this Lysander, this Demetrius's, and this is Helen, or Neda's Helen. I wonder of their being here together.
But that rose up early to observe the rites of May. And hearing of our intent, they came in grace of our solemnities. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go! Bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends! St. Valentine's have passed. Begin these wood birds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you, stand up! I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy? To sleep I hate, and fear no enmity.
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear, it cannot truly believe me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law...
Enough!
Oh!
Enough! My lord, you have enough! The law, I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife and me of my consent, that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood. And I, in fury, hither followed them. Fair Helena, in fancy, following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helen. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like in sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health, come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forever more be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunate enthusiasts. This discourse we mortal hear not. Jesus, I will overbear your will. Grace temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And as the morning now is something worn, our purpose shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, where everything seems double.
So many things. And I have held Demetrius like a jewel. My own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do you not think the Duke was here and did bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then, we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
My cue comes call and I shall answer. My next is Mouse Pyramus. Hi-ho! Peter Quince? Flute the bells vendor? Snout the tinker? Starveling! God's my life. Stolen hence and left me here asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he will go about to expound on this dream. Methought I was... there's no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is but a past fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I shall get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream. For it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it at the latter end of a play before the Duke. Ooh. Perchance, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he
not to be heard from without doubt he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible.
Oh.
You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
Nay, he has simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea. And the best person too. And he is a paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon? A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of not.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet holy bottom! Thus that he lost 6 pence a day during his life, he could not have escaped 6 pence a day. And the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day in Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have, he would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Masters, I am to discourse wonders. And ask me not what, for if I tell you, I am no true Athenian. I will tell you everything.
Let us hear sweet bottom.
Not a word of me. All I will say is that the Duke hath dined. Get you your apparel. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look over his part. For the short and long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let he that plays Thisbe have clean linen, and let he that plays the lion not pare his nails, for they shall hang forth for the lion's claws. And, most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic. For we are to utter sweet breaths, and I do not doubt to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. No more words! Away! Go away!
Tis strange, my Theseus, what these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than full reason ever comprehends. Lunatic, lover, the poet, or imagination all come packed. The one sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. Lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in her brow of Egypt. And the poet's eye, in fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, and earth to heaven. And his imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown. The poet's pen turns them into shapes and gives to hearing nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination that if it would but apprehend some joy, it must comprehend some bringer of that joy. Or else, in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, it grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Yeah, here come lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us waiting your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Say, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where's the usual manager of mirth? What revels are at hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate!
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say what abridgment have you for this evening? What masks? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
Here is a brief how many sports are right. Make choice of what your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. We'll none of that. That I told my love and glory of my kinsman Hercules. Riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. Well, that is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last conquering. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning and late deceased in beggary. Well, that is some satire, keen and critical. Not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical. Tedious and brief. That is some hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I know the play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it cheap. For an all play there is not one word out, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is for Pyramus therein to kill himself, which, when I saw curse, I must confess made mine eyes water, but more merry tears and passion of loud laughter never shed.
Why do they that do play it?
Hard-handed men in Athens who never labored in their minds till now, and now toil in their unbreathed memories this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it!
No, no, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and there is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intense, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play. For never anything can be, never anything can be in order if duty and simpleness do titter. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The better we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sports need to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. For I have come, great clerks of purpose to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver, look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accent in their fears, and in conclusion dumbly broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet I found a welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, and least speak most to my capacity.
So, please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Well, let 'em approach.
If we offend, it is with our good will. That you should think we come not to offend, but with good will. To show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here. That you should here repent you. The actors are in hell. by their show, you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow does not stand upon points.
He hath writ his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played upon his prologue like a child upon a recorder. A sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain. Nothing impaired, but all disordered. Well, who's next?
Perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, this beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with fine and rough cast doth present Wall, that wild wall, which Thisbe's lovers sunder. And through Wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper. After which lets no man wonder. This man with lanthorn dog and bush of thorn presented moonshine. For if you would know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to rue. This grisly beast, which lion hides by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with bloody bladeful blade, he bravely broke his bleeding bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lions, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion do.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. That had in it a scrannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this the cranny is, bright and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Yeah, would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence!
O grim-look night! O night with hue so black! O night, whichever art when day is not! O night! O night! Alack! 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot, and thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. O thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, to whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, being sensible, methinks, should curse again.
No, indeed, sir, we should not. See, deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it. She'll follow up as I told you. Oh, yonder she comes.
Oh, wall! Full often hast thou heard my moans, for parting my fair Pyramus and me, my cherry lips have often kissed thy stone with lime and hair.
I see a voice. Now to this wall to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art, my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lamander am I trusty still.
And I like Helen to the fates may kill.
Not shaftless to Procris was so true.
And shaftless to Procris, so I to you.
Kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
And kiss the wall's hole and not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Minnie's tomb?
9 is 2.
Kiss me straightway.
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay. Exit.
Thus have I wall my party charged so, and being done thus wall away doth
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best of this kind are but shadows, and the worst of the worst of imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then and not theirs.
Well, if we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Well, here come two noble beasts, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quick and tremble here, when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, once snug the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion stand. For if I should as lion walk in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life. Oh.
A very gentle beast. And a good conscience.
The very best of the beast and air I saw, my lord.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
Yeah, true. And a goose for his discretion.
Oh, not so, my lord. For his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
Well, his discretion, I'm sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. Well, it is well. Leave it to his discretion. Let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
I should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present, and I, the man of the moon, do seem to be.
Well, this is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How is it else, the man in the moon?
He dares not come here. For the candle, you see, it is already in snuff.
I am weary of this move. What do you change?
Well, it appears by the small light of his discretion that he is already in the way. But in courtesy and all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, Moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that this lanthorn is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. Oh, but silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb.
9 is 2.
Where is my love?
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished?
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee now for shining now so bright, for by thy gracious golden glittering gleams I trust to take of truest Tisby's sight. But stay, O spite! But mark, toward night! What dreadful jewel is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear! Thy mantle good? What, stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. O fates, come, come! Cut, bread and thrum! Quell, crush, conclude, and quail!
This passage, and the death of a dear friend, would go near to making a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? For lion vile hath here deflowered my dear.
Devoured!
Which is, no, which was the fairest dame that ever lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, out, sword, and wound. The path of Pyramus, I, that left path, where heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus, thus, thus. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die, 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 die.
No die but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Well, that's not an ace, man, for he's dead. He's not dead.
Well, with the help of the surgeon, he may yet recover and improve mass.
How comes it that Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and discovers her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion is the play.
I hope she will not make a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she'll be brief.
A moat will turn the balance. Which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better? He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
She has spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means the innocent.
Asleep, my love? Dead, my dove! O Pyramus, arise! Speak! Speak! Quite dumb! Dead! Dead! A choke must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow countenance cheeks are gone! Gone! Lovers make moan! His eyes were green as leeks. Come, sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore, which shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword! Come, blade my breast in bruise! And farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu.
Switch me two of our company.
No, Epilogue, breathe. For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse. For when all the players are dead, there'd be none to be blamed. Mary, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Disney's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy indeed. And so it is, truly, and very notably discharged. But come, you burgomaster, let your flock alone. The iron tongue of midnight had told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we might outsleep the coming Lord as much as I have overwatched. This palpable gross play has well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we these solemnities in nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do blow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, everyone lets forth his sprite, in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies, that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now our frolic, not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house give glimmering light, by the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite, hot as light, as bird from briar. And this ditty, after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First, rehearse your song I wrote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
Stars shine bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds sing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Stay nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone with you as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds sing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me.
Now, until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be, and the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, harelip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious, such as are despised at a nativity, shall upon their children be. With this field dew consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace. Ever shall in safety rest, and the owner of it blessed. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest type, if we have unearned luck, now to sink the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.